Alright, let's begin with lesson 1, multiplying with simple fractions. We have a problem here. Teresa has a 3/4 meter of rectangular cloth. She plans to sew 2/3 of it in a die as a design. What part of the rectangular cloth will be dyed? Here are the questions that we need to answer. What is asked in the problem? What are the given facts? What is the operation to be used? What is the mathematical sentence? What is the solution? And what is the answer? Now let me explain this to you through a block model approach. Suppose that this is the cloth that Teresa has, and this is 3/4. You have 4 parts, and then there are 3 parts shaded. That is why it is 3/4. This is the cloth that Teresa has. Out of this 3/4, 2/3 will be dyed. So you have 3 parts, and then you are going to shade 2 parts. That makes it 2/3. This is the part of the cloth to be socked. 2/3 times 3/4 is equal to n. Now let me show you how this block model approach works. First, we are going to draw a rectangle. Then, we divide the rectangle vertically into columns by looking at the denominator of the first given fraction. Then shade the number of columns based on the numerator. So we have 2/3. After that, we divide the rectangle horizontally into rows by looking at the denominator of the second fraction, which is 3/4. Then shade the number of rows based on the numerator with a different shade. It would look like this. That is for 3/4. Please note that the darker shade indicates the part shaded by both fractions. So, in writing your answers, count the number of all small boxes in the figure. It will serve as the resulting denominator. Then, count the numbers of parts shaded by both fractions. It will serve as the resulting numerator. So you have 6/12. And then after that, you are going to reduce your answer. So, you are going to look for a number that could divide both 6 and 12. And of course, the best number that can do that is 6. So you're going to divide 6 divided by 6 and 12 divided by 6. So you can get the answer, which is 1/2. Now, do you wonder, is there any other way to solve this problem without using the block model approach? Yes. We can try multiply, then simplify. How are we going to do this? First, we are going to write the given number in a mathematical form. So, you will have 2/3 times 3/4. You are going to multiply the numerators and then multiply the denominators just really right away. So you will have 2 times 3 and then 3 times 4. So 2 times 3 and 3 times 4 is equals to 6/12. Just like what we did with the block model approach, you are also going to reduce to its simplest form. And the same thing is going to happen. You're going to look for a number that could divide both 6 and 12, and that is 6. So you will still get the answer, which is 1/2. And 1/2 is your final answer. So you can say 1/2 meter of the cloth will be dyed. Okay, let's now try another way. This is simplify, then multiply. First, we are going to write the given number in a mathematical form. 2/3 times 3/4. We are going to reduce each fraction in simplest form or apply cross-cancellation method if possible. How are we going to do that? We are going to have 2 times 3 and 3 times 4 in the denominator. So we are going to touch in a crisscross manner. So 2 and 4. They are going to be partners. 2 divided by 2 is equal to 1 and 4 divided by 2 is equal to 2. Then the crisscross for 3 and 3 divided by 3 is equal to 1. With this, you are just going to proceed to the multiplying of numerators and denominators. So you will have 1 times 1 and 1 times 2 in the denominators. So the answer now will become 1/2. That's easier, right? So 1/2 meter of the cloth will be dyed. Now, do you still remember the guide questions that we have at the beginning? We are now ready to answer. Let's have what is asked in the problem. Yes, what is asked in the problem, that is, what part of the rectangular cloth will be dyed? And then, what are the given facts? Yes, you have there 3/4 meter rectangular cloth and 2/3 parts of cloth to be dyed. What is the operation to be used? Of course, you're going to use multiplication. And then, what is the mathematical sentence? That is 2/3 times 3/4 is equal to n. What is the solution? You are going to do either of the following. You can have this multiply, then simplify, or you can have the simplify, then multiply. It's up to you. What is the answer? So what is important actually is getting the correct answer. So what is the answer there is 1/2 of the cloth will be dyed. Let's now move on with lesson 2, multiplying with simple fractions, mixed fractions, and whole numbers. Let's try this problem. So Hyla and Mohaima liked planting vegetables in their backyard. They recently harvested 5 1/2 kilograms of string beans, and the buyer in the Padian market requested 3 times of it for the next week. How many kilograms of string beans were requested by the buyer for the next week? You have here the questions. One is, what is asked in the problem? What is asked in the problem? Yes, how many kilograms of string beans were requested by the buyer for next week? Let's have number 2. What are the given facts? Given facts are 5 1/2 kilograms of string beans and, of course, 3 times for next week. What is the operation to be used? Yes, we're going to use multiplication. That is because 3 times for next week. And what is the mathematical sentence? So you will have there 5 1/2 kilograms times 3 equal to n. And what do you think is the answer? So we're going to show you the solution first. So let's solve this. Are you ready? Who's in? Now let me show you how it would look like with the block model approach. So you will have here 5 1/2 kilograms. It would look like this. But remember that it should be 3 times because the request was 3 sets of 5 1/2 kilograms string beans. So it would look like this. Does it make any sense? Now, you should be glad that you don't need to use the block model approach to solve this because we can also have it without drawing boxes all the time. Now let us try to solve this without using the block model approach. This is our solution. First, we are going to change mixed fraction to improper fraction. So we are going to write down here 5 1/2, and then we are going to have the denominator, which is 2, be multiplied to the whole number, which is 5. So 2 times 5 is equal to 10. Then we add the numerator to it. So you will have 10 plus 1 is equal to 11. And we write it down as 11 over 2 because we are going to copy the denominator, which is 2. So 5 1/2 is equal to 11 halves. The next thing that we are going to do is to remember that the denominator of a whole number is always 1. So for the whole number, which is 3, we are going to write it into a fraction form. So 3 will be written as 3 over 1. So you got there 3, and then we multiply it with 11 halves. So we will just proceed with the multiplication process. So you will have 11 times 3 for the numerator, and then 2 times 1 for the denominators. So you will get 33 halves. Now we are going to reduce 33 halves to lowest term. How are we going to do this? Now, since 33 halves is an improper fraction, so we are going to convert this, change it into mixed fraction. And to do that, we are going to divide 33 into 2. So you will have 33 divided by 2. 3 divided by 2 is equal to 1, and 1 times 2 is equal to 2. Then 3 minus 2 is equal to 1. We bring down 3. So you will have 13 divided by 2 is equal to 6. So 6 times 2 is equal to 12, and then you will have another subtraction there. So 3 minus 2 is 1. So you have a remainder, which is 1. Our answer to this division is 16, and 16 will become our whole number. The 1 that we have there as a remainder will become our numerator, and our denominator is 2. So it means that 33 halves is equal to 16 1/2. And this will become your final answer. So you can say the buyer requested 6 1/2 kilograms of string beans for next week.